What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. The Houston Texans, as we know, have a glaring need on the offensive line, but we are going to get into the Houston Texans offensive line right now. A lot of people have been asking, Harley, people, content people, Twitter people, everyone has been asking, what does the O-line look like? Who's constructed? Who is it? Who's starting? Who's not starting? As of right now, what is on paper for the Houston Texans to work with? And it ain't the greatest. But we do have a tweet from Aaron Wilson detailing that the Houston Texans seem to be going to move Titus Howard to left tackle, keeping Blake Fisher at right tackle. And then I want to make sure I get this right because he also mentioned the center position. And there we go. So, per sources, with Laken Tomlinson at one guard spot, expect more additions to go with center guards Jarrett Patterson and Juice Scruggs. Now, you see the Texans in his tweet, he directed it as center guards for Jarrett Patterson and Juice Scruggs. Doesn't necessarily mean one of them or both of them are going to be the center. One of them can be a guard. One of them can also be another guard. Who knows how they flip-flop and fix this thing? But the Houston Texans right now seem to, if it was being constructed, this is the way I would have it. And again, this is also with a little help from Aaron Wilson. Left tackle, Titus Howard. Okay, no problem. Left guard, to me, left guard, we're going to go Ed Ingram, the newest acquisition for the Minnesota Vikings. The Houston Texans just traded for him yesterday. They only gave up a 6th-round pick for him. Ed Ingram, a little details about him, not the greatest, okay? Let's just it. Okay, the stuttering is needed when it comes to Ed Ingram. Statistically, you're not going to like what you Google, okay? I'm just going to let you know, Texans fans. Vikings fans were up in arms and happy that this man was finally off their team, similar to how we were up in arms and happy that Kenyon Green was off our team. Now, I will say this. Ed Ingram, 41 starts under his belt, doesn't miss a lot of games, got benched last year because they signed Dalton Risner. If someone is that bad, then why does he have 41 starts under his belt? That's one of my biggest questions. Second, Ed Ingram, when you turn on some of the film, not so bad. Kind of looks pretty good. Looks like, I won't say he looks pretty good. I'll say that these are coachable techniques that can be worked with, and he shows a little bit of a mean streak, and that is something that I like to see from an offensive lineman for the Texans, because as we know, it's been missing for quite some time. Then you go to the center position. So again, left tackle, Titus Howard. Left guard, I'm going to go Ed Ingram. Center, I'm going to go Juice Scruggs. I still believe Juice Scruggs wins this battle at some point. I don't think Jarrett Patterson is that good as everyone says he is. And I think Juice Scruggs, who Nick Caserio threw a lot of confidence his way, even when he was struggling last year, Nick Caserio was at the podium and mentioned that he still views Juice Scruggs as a center. I understand that Nick Caserio is not the one going to be roster constructing in terms of the depth chart and everything. Like the Miko is going to have final say on that. But it is telling that him and D'Amico were both here when Juice Scruggs got drafted, and he said that he views him as a center. I think Scruggs ends up as the center for this football team, and I think with the right coaching, Nick Caley, now new offensive lines coach Cole Popovich, I do believe that Juice Scruggs could be put right back on track as a guy that should have been a pretty solid center for you. I think it could work this time. I really do. And then there's less responsibility. He don't have to call out the mic. He don't have to do a lot of that bullshit that he was doing with Bobby Slowick. All of that responsibility is now going to be falling on number 7 shoulders in CJ Stroud. So I like where I could see Juice Scruggs maybe improving this year. Someone that could be an underrated player to improve Juice Scruggs. That's going to be on my list right there. Right guard. We're going to go Lincoln Tomlinson right now. Could be somebody else via the NFL draft. But as of right now, currently on paper, Lincoln Tomlinson to me could be the right guard for this team. Again, formerly with the New York Jets, the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams have connections and indirect relationship to Nick Caley and the LA Rams and the Miko Ryans and the San Francisco 49ers with the Shanahan Kubiak scheme as well, because obviously Mike LaFleur was with the Jets. He's currently with the LA Rams, who worked with Sean McVay, also worked with Nick Caley. There's a connection right there. So Lincoln Tomlinson, a guy that's been playing injury-free for almost more than 5 years in the NFL, not the greatest. Don't Google him. Not a great statistic kind of guy, okay? Not the greatest guard in the NFL, but this is about what we got on paper. And this is what we got on paper right now. And then right tackle Blake Fisher, as we all know, last year as a rookie stepped in, didn't really see anything that was super noticeable about him that went me go, oh man, not Blake Fisher at right tackle. Like, no, I thought Blake Fisher played well enough, and the Houston Texans have an offensive line constructed now. Titus Howard, boom. Left guard, Ed Ingram. Center, Juice Scruggs. Right guard, Lincoln Tomlinson. Right tackle, Blake Fisher. So the Houston Texans right there, that is their offensive line as currently constructed. Now, you can add people in free agency as well, too. The free agency period is still not over. Texans could also maybe trade for somebody that is a low-risk kind of option, throw a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick, who knows. But I do believe that I feel like they're done. I feel like this is what they're going to go with. And they're going to enter the NFL draft with a glaring hole at the interior offensive line position, and hell, even the center position. Who knows what the Texans do? But one of the most scouted positions met with for the Houston Texans at the NFL Combine was obviously offensive line. Don't forget running back and wide receiver as well, too. But the Texans got 4 picks inside the top 100. I would expect a Tyler Booker to be interested, with the Texans being interested in him. I would love to see a Gray Zabel to be interested in him. Donovan Jackson to be somebody else that they could be interested in. Jonas Ivanea, I know I mispronounced his name, but the guard from Arizona could be someone else the Texans can look into. So there are options out there. This offensive line is not as bad, okay? I know it needs some fixing. I know it don't look good on paper, but trust the process and let's see how this works. The Houston Texans got a long way before the first game of the regular season gets going. You even still have cuts in preseason, and that's way down the road. You never know who gets cut during that time, and the Houston Texans go, hey, maybe we should go ahead and do it. Who knows? Y'all let me know. How are you feeling? Even though I think I know how y'all feeling. How are y'all feeling about the current construction of the offensive line? Let me know down in the comment section. You know I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.